Hello everybody! Today I have some project shares for you. I was lucky enough to be asked to be the guest designer for American Crafts this week for the celebration of summer, and so I have some summer themed projects for you using the Dear Lizzy Fine Dandy line. And yeah, so let me just get right into it. The first project I have for you here is a pocket page spread, and this is how I like to do my project life. I really like the design of the 6x12 size, and I like to pair layouts with the 6x12 layouts with pocket pages to expand on stories, basically so that I can add in journaling and extra photos and interactive elements like this beautiful acetate piece right here. So the first thing I have here is, well, let me start with this side. This is a layout about our little Shiba Inu, Ponyo. His birthday's July 9th. So he's a July baby, and I wanted to go ahead and scrap this photo of him being all cute, playing with me in the backyard. For this layout, what I did was, I actually have a process video for both these spreads where I go into more detail, but you can see here that there's a little bit of dimension there, and I used my Silhouette Cameo to die cut out the word July, and then I have my 4x6 photo here that I cropped down, and the extra piece that was on the side here is this piece right here. So I used part of my photo to do some cool color blocking and add texture and kind of bring that photo through the page so that it feels like it's a part of the page and stands out just enough. And this beautiful gold part is actually the gold hearts from Dear Lizzy. It's a big roll of these stickers, and I just put them behind here. But again, there's a process video, so this is just kind of a quick share. These are some thickers from Dear Lizzy, the chipboard, the acetate sheet. I took the acetate hearts here and cut them in half and kind of layered them. I sewed these hearts down. I really like to take elements and like layer a heart on top of a heart and then kind of pop it up. Because I know that it's going to look nice there because there was a heart there before, but now it's kind of a fun, pretty, little more interactive element that gives really good dimension and movement to the page. And then I just added the border strip and some photo corners, and that's my 6x12 spread. And sometimes I like to take like really pretty acetate and I punched holes. I added some binder ring, or whatever these are called, to kind of make it look a little prettier, and then I added a tab so that it makes it a little easier to move out of the same paper I used here. And I think that this kind of adds a nice little touch, adds extra color and a little more interactive and adds some fun depth and stuff. So I really like that. So I like to add that into my project life spreads a lot as well. And then here I have a photo of Ponyo from that same day in the backyard, and I took a cute little acetate bow and glued it on, and then I have a little chipboard speech bubble from the chipboard sheets. And then I have a summer photo here with hearts. And then to kind of add the little thing I did with the hearts over on this side, I went and did the same thing with some of the extra hearts that I popped on top of this bokeh photo that I took. I just used a cool filter on my phone and made the bokeh look like hearts for summertime. It was at the fair, and so it had this really great summer feel, and this spread is all about Ponyo being a July baby, and then I have a little list of some of his summertime favorites down at the bottom here, and so this is kind of about celebrating him in summer. So again, I kind of just brought the hearts over there, and then down at the bottom here it says Ponyo's summer favorites, and then of course I have the ever popular and elegant flamingo, and then I have 3 favorites listed. So I put the number 3 gold paper clip, and then happy day, of course, because puppies are always happy. So let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. And you can kind of see a little bit better. I just think that acetate bow is so cute. And then here I just added the Ponyo's summer favorites with my typewriter. So I just put summer favorites. I put number 1, sunbathing, number 2, chasing squirrels, number 3, going in and out of the house as many times as he wants, exclamation mark, because I live in Seattle now, and this was back when we lived in San Diego, and he used to be able to go in and out of the house as much as he wants, and now it's totally dependent on the weather as to whether or not we leave the doggy door open for him for tracking mud. So yeah, so this is my first project for American Crafts, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the page here and show you the next one. Okay. So, let's see. So this is another layout that I did. It's a 6x12 layout, and I didn't add a pocket page in to the side with like journaling or anything yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. I do have a story to tell for this layout. This photo was taken when my mom visited me before Ryan and I moved from San Diego to Seattle, and we wanted like one last hurrah, and so it says stuff like think happy thoughts and yes, and it was all about like being excited to move, but also like really enjoying, you know, the last bit of our time and those wonderful warm summer evenings, and there's that beautiful summer light, and so I kind of wanted to capture that in this photo. And for this layout, I added a little bit of extra dimension. So I have the border strip layered twice here, and you can see I kind of popped it up the second time to kind of add depth. And then I have my photo next to this beautiful pale paper, so it kind of blends together. And then I took this really great paper right here, and it has these wonderful arrows, and I just cut a little slit with my X-Acto knife and stuck the photo underneath, and it adds like this really great kind of flow to the page, and it makes it a little more fun and interesting. And then I have a bunch of embellishments layered here that are just so pretty, from the chipboard sheet and the die cut sheet, and then that's one of the metal rim tags with a chipboard layered on top, and then a die cut bow layered on top of that, and then the beautiful glitter foam paper at the bottom. So I really love how this turned out, and I'll go ahead and zoom in and show you some of the details here too. So there you can see how I layered those, and then the pretty paper. And that day we actually bought this camera specifically so that we could take photos with it of what we did that day to kind of celebrate. And we stayed in a hotel even though we lived there just for fun, and it was really great. And then a banner that says think happy thoughts, a cute hot air balloon, and then again the gold rim tag, and I put the yes chipboard with the gold foil layered on top, and then the die cut blue tag, and then the pretty foam glitter paper layered there. So there's that layout. And then I'm going to go ahead and share. This is my third project that's like summer themed. And what I wanted to do was make a birthday card for someone special who's turning 1. And so I layered a bunch of pretty papers, and I wanted to make it interactive. And I have a process video for this as well, because this is all Dear Lizzy stuff, except for this one is actually the mink foil, and I think it's like a rose color is the name of the foil. And I show in the process video how I went about cutting out this one and adding the foil to it. And you can see I popped it up here and added the chipboard hello, so it's like hello, you're turning 1, and then all these beautiful numbers from the vellum transparency with the gold, and then of course the birthday candles. And I feel like this has a really great kind of summery feel. And then, oh my gosh, and then I thought a 1-year-old would dig this. You open it up, and I added one of the honeycomb balls in the middle, so it's basically says happy birthday sunshine, because there's a sun that I kind of created right there. And so I thought that would be super fun. And again, I show in my process video how I went about adding the happy birthday with the mink foil onto my card here. And I just used my Silhouette Cameo to cut out the little sun rays. I have white and then some yellow ones, all with Dear Lizzy paper. And I share all the papers in my process video. And I feel like this would be a really cute idea. This is also sewn along the spine to kind of keep it together, to make it a little more interactive, so that I didn't have to attach these together if I didn't want to. And I feel like this would also be a really fun idea to use, like if you were doing like a mini book, or like if you wanted to do like a project lifestyle, you know, scrapbook like I do. And you can see I have a 5x7 page protector in here, and this would be a cute way to add in like extra photos or journaling to make a little book like this, or even just make a mini book and kind of add it into your project life album. So let's see, I have this layout, which is a 12x12, which I don't do anymore, but I did want to share a 12x12 layout. They're honestly don't come quite as naturally to me as the 6x12, but I'm extremely happy with how this turned out. I think it's super summery, and it's exactly how I felt on this day. And for a lot of my layouts, since I don't do journaling on the layout, I add my journaling to the back, and on the back of this I just wrote down a little note about this day, because I had gone to visit my family when I lived in San Diego, and I visited them in Seattle, and I just had the best summer. We did so many wonderful things, and this day specifically we went to the park and hung out on a blanket, and I read a book, and my sister was hanging out with her dog and her boyfriend. And I was playing with some goodies I'd bought in one of the local shops, and it was like the perfect summer afternoon. And so I really wanted to try and capture that. And you can see here I used the Dear Lizzy background paper, and then I used that really pretty Dear Lizzy floral paper, and I used my Silhouette Cameo. I don't have a process video for this, but I used the background paper, and then I used my Silhouette Cameo to cut out all of these flowers using the Picscan mat, and I absolutely love it. Like, I'm not a huge fussy cutter, and it did it perfect. I love how it turned out. And so I kind of reassembled the background around my photo, because these flowers had taken up a whole background sheet of paper, and I just layered them together and made them kind of flow throughout the page, so that I thought that they looked really pretty. And you can see here, I used to do this all the time, and I don't do it as much anymore, but I love using spray paint on my layouts, because it's not wet, so it doesn't make the layouts like warp like mist does. And I really wanted to try and figure out how to blend this photo in with this layout, because the photo's so dark and the layout's so light. And so I used not black, but chalkboard spray paint, because I wanted something that wasn't jet black. I wanted something that was just a little bit off black. So I added some chalkboard spray paint, And let's see, I layered flowers, I layered die cuts. There's a gold foil sticker sheet that I layered some hearts with. Again, I used the big gold heart from the big gold sticker sheet. And when I mean big, I mean these hearts are 3 inches. They're awesome. And I mounted it on some foam just to kind of give it a little bit of depth and stability because they're super thin, these stickers are. And then I used the black Dear Lizzy thickers. I believe they're called Woodland. And then the chipboard, I have some there, and I have some chipboard here, and then I have another die cut piece here. And then I really just have the flowers everywhere. And I have the flowers layered in different heights. So I use different height foam dots. I used some that weren't as tall, and I used some that were really raised up just to add like extra kind of depth and movement throughout the page. And I added a couple acetate pieces as well. So there's an acetate heart and an acetate banner there to add in a little bit of extra with that. So I'll go ahead and zoom in and show you some of the details. So here you can see that beautiful gold foil sticker heart. And then the gold foil sticker, it comes in, it looks like it's just numbers, but it actually is 6 sheets, and there's numbers and hearts and circles. And I layered some chipboard hearts, and I have a bunch of really great floral layers there. And you can see there, and I added some around the edge, and you can see how my cameo just cut this out perfectly. And up here, one thing that I learned is if you want to kind of lift the edges up and have them look a little different, is to kind of wet them just a tiny bit and mold them, and then they'll dry into that shape. And it worked really well, and I think it looks really cool. So this would look really great in like a shadow box or something. There's another gold foil heart. And then there's more flowers layered here. Flowers and flowers, and I added one photo corner, which I really like to do when I don't necessarily map my photos. And then I have flower going off the page, and one going off the page there, and one going off the page there, so in 3 different spots. And so that's how that layout came together. And then that's my 4th project, and then I have one more summer project that's really fun. And I do have a process video for this. What this is a little box that I made, and I got the design from the Silhouette Design Store. I'll put the ID number in the description box. And the box just comes with the design for the base of the box and the front. And then I went ahead and designed some inserts for the inside. So that one says summer, and this one says snapshots. And what this is, what I made it for was to hold my summer Instagram photos after I get them printed out before I scrap them or get them in albums. So I have some Instagram photos in here from past years. What I did was I used the Dear Lizzy Fine Dandy papers for my project, and I do go over all the products that I use in my process video, but you can see here I kind of popped up this front part here and the little heart, and then let me go ahead and I'll just give you an idea of what I did here. There's a bunch of fun stuff in there. So I just have a bunch of photos. I use these as little dividers. I also took some of the 3x4 cut-aparts from one of the Dear Lizzy papers and made additional dividers that I think are really fun. I have some Instax photos in there. So I kind of have in here, right now I just have them kind of divided by year, and they're all taken during the summertime. I also have a section just for movie stubs and ephemera and that type of fun stuff. So that is my last project that's summer themed. I really enjoyed using the Dear Lizzy Fine Dandy products for my summer projects, and I'm super excited to use this cute little box to hold all my photos from my Instagram this summer. And it's just kind of a fun side note. Every year I do a 30-day self-portrait photo challenge on Instagram, and this one was from last year. So you can see it was through July and August, and back then, or no, not last year, 2013. So I have 30 different photos of me with pink hair. Sometimes it's my feet, sometimes they're black and white photos, but it's just kind of fun. And then last year, for 2014, my hair was blue, so I have a bunch of ones in here from when I have blue hair. And my hair is still blue now, but yeah. So thanks so much for taking a peek at all my projects. I hope that you got some fun inspiration and some ideas on some great stuff to do. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them either in the comments here on YouTube, on my blog, or of course the American Crafts blog post, which I'll link to in the description below, that has all the process videos together that I did. I did three process videos for 3 of the 5 projects, and then some details and tips about stuff that I thought would be helpful. So have a wonderful summer, you guys, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!